Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for Dragon Ball Super Episode 197. I'm sorry this one's late, guys. Kiss Anime was being a little weird with the episodes and whatnot, but it finally aired late. It's currently 12:33 in the morning, and I guess the episode was delayed or something when it aired. But I'm here to bring you the review now. Um, and to be honest with you, I really genuinely like this episode. First off, actually, I want to address like the big thing that's going around is that people have been talking left and right about the current ending to Dragon Ball Super, giving us hints as to who was going to be eliminated and what order. And while there is still a fear for me of Vegeta being eliminated, and possibly in his fight against, I think it's Brienne, against Brienne, possibly him getting defeated. I am glad to know that at least he didn't get defeated in this episode. Like that fear of Vegeta being eliminated early is still very much a fear for me, but it's good to know that he didn't get eliminated in this episode. I'm not gonna lie, I was very much, I was very much getting scared when he got sealed with he got sealed in that bottle. I was like, no, please don't make Vegeta go, don't make Vegeta go, don't make Vegeta go, don't make Vegeta go get knocked out that early and that easy, please. I'm begging you. And luckily, it didn't happen, so I can at least take a breath there. So yeah, the Vegeta getting Vegeta getting eliminated is still a possibility, but at least we can get a lot more of Vegeta first, even before that, even before he gets eliminated, or hopefully he survives till the end. To be honest with you, but considering what I know of Akira Toriyama and what he thinks of Vegeta, I'm not sure how much longer he's going to survive, to be honest with you, in this tournament. But anyway, like Vegeta's still surviving longer. That's been already established, so thank God for that. And another thing about this episode that I really liked is seeing Frost go in this episode. Like seeing Frost just go in and fighting against Master Roshi and Vegeta and using and teaming up with I think it was Vegeta in this episode. Like just seeing him team up with Vegeta in this episode was really fun to see and whatnot. But just like seeing Frost himself go in, like that shit was badass. Like if there's we've all kind of known Frost is a bit of a cheater, but seeing Frost actually fight in this episode, I'd say he's I know I'm gonna say something that's gonna be probably gonna get the haters on me, but I'd say Frost is equally, if not more vicious than Frieza when he fights. Because for God's sakes, when he was fighting Roshi alone, he was gonna give the man a frontal fucking lobotomy. At least that's the way I interpreted the way that scouter, the way that sniper fire laser was pointing at his head. Like, yeah, he was gonna give Master Roshi a frontal lobotomy, and that shit's like, wow, that is sadistic shit. But I although even more so, like in the beginning of this episode, we see him talking with, I think it's with Champa, and how he has plans to eliminate Universe 7. Now, I don't know like if this is the I think well I think whatever he's planning, I think he's probably brought. I think he has definitely brought. He's brought Frieza into the fold of his plan, because at the time frame of that conversation between Universe with Champa, I think he was already pre-planning this, and now that he has, and I think now he has Frieza on his side. So whatever those two are planning, it is all Frost's original idea. But I imagine that Frieza is probably going to take Frost plan and probably advance on, probably take it even further. Like I think Frieza definitely has larger ambitions, definitely than seeing Universe 7 get destroyed. But who knows what these two are planning? Like it really is just anyone's guess as to what Frost and Frieza have planned for just this tournament in general, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's Frost, like just Frost alone, just seeing him going against Vegeta and 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 Roshi was good. But now, having said that, I've praised the Frost fight enough. However, I do gotta say there are some questionable things about the Frost fight between Vegeta and Roshi, and that's like there are some definitely questionable things about this episode in regards to the Frost fight. Like for instance, how the flying fuck was he able to use evil containment wave reverse technique? I could have sworn that was a separate technique altogether that you needed to train to use. Like how did Frost just suddenly be able to like, oh, I can use that technique now? I mean, I guess if there's any like downsides I do have about Dragon Ball Super, it's always sporadic. It's always sporadic. So it's how all these other people are able to are able to suddenly use suddenly sporadically use all these techniques, which should take should take a bit of time to master with training and whatnot. So I guess there is that downside to it. And about the evil containment wave itself, this isn't necessarily a problem I have with it, but it's something I'm assuming, which is I want to assume at this point that what Toei is trying to show us with Master Roshi using the technique multiple times is he's trained his body to the point where he can stave off the after effects from just one use, but multiple uses will kill him. Will still kill him. So, yeah, that's kind of just my guess in all this as to why Master Roshi hasn't keeled over from just one use of the technique is that he has trained his body to stand it multiple times. So there's that. And one thing that I really liked in this episode, like in general about this episode, was the interaction between Master Roshi and Vegeta and just them fighting alongside each other. Because the thing I really do like about Master Roshi and Vegeta fighting together in this episode is that, like, the one downside I think to Dragon Ball Z and GT to me was that it never really gave the time. It never really gave the time to see a variety of the cast interacting with each other. Like there was just Goku like mingling with the usual people, but it interacting with the usual people, Chi-Chi and whatnot. But I don't think it ever gave the time to actually give a little diversity to the relationships of the characters. And here we see Master Roshi and Vegeta. So having Master Roshi and Vegeta interacting in this episode, it actually gives a lot more diversity to the relationships of the cast of Dragon Ball. And I can really find an appreciation in that, to be honest with you. And just from this one episode alone, we do see that there is a respect that has started to grow between Roshi and Vegeta. So, like, I think I would really like to see more of this, seeing a lot more diverse variety of characters of the main Dragon Ball cast interacting with each other. But considering we only have considering that, like, honestly, like this episode completely made up for the fact that Master Roshi ended up getting eliminated. To me, like, honestly, like Master Roshi, he already had his big moment in a couple episodes prior, and just he even though he got eliminated, he still went in like a boss in this episode, and I can do nothing but appreciate that for at least giving Master Roshi his one final due. But to be honest with you, looking at this episode, like, it really makes me pissed off at the Tien episode even more, because it makes you say, why the fuck couldn't you give Tien an episode like this? Seriously, he needed an episode like this. And yeah, I'm like, fuck, why couldn't Tien get an episode like this? Seriously, has Toei just given up on Tien, or has Toei or Toriyama just given up on Tien? I'm inclined to think so at this point. But yeah. But aside from that little point, like, yeah, this episode just had great moments for both Roshi and Vegeta, and just great interaction between the two, I think. Now, one last thing to note is that in the beginning of this episode, we get a rundown of all the universes and how many fighters are left in each team. And honestly, right now there's two things I want to note about that. Universe 4 apparently has two existing fighters they're hiding somewhere. So I'm imagining another sneak attack soon. The sneak attack soon, like definitely what happened with in the TN episode. I think we're gonna get kind of a similar sneak attack situation like that. Hopefully, not another Universe 7 member is gonna be eliminated. Hopefully, like I mean I get that they need to be eliminated, but I get that it needs Universe 7 members being eliminated needs to happen, but it needs. I really want each member to have their moment or have an episode of having a good moment before they get eliminated. I don't want another TN moment. I'm sorry I keep bringing that up, but this episode just did really bring out a little hatred in me for what I did with the TN episode. But yeah, I'm gonna drop that now. But yeah, the Universe 4 hiding, it does mean that there are two existing fighters, so a sneak attack is probably going to happen again here. The other thing to note is Universe 11. It only has 3 fighters left. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of disappointed in that because I know we have Dispo, I know we have Jiden, and we have Topo left, but I mean, don't get me wrong. After seeing what Jiren did to that like slime guy in this episode, like holy shit, Jiren once again proving the motherfucker's a badass. Like Jiren, the fight between if that one punch, if him just like one punching that guy into oblivion, one punch. But yeah, just him punching that slime guy into oblivion is an indication. Then yes, the Goku and Jiren fight is going to be epic. But aside from the Jiren moment, because that was already an epic moment in itself, I'm not gonna discredit that. But aside from the epic Jiren moment, I'm really kind of disappointed that we only have 3 characters left of Universe 11, and I know the Universe 11 Kai is like, oh, it doesn't. Universe 11 Kai and God are like, it's quality over quantity kind of thing, and while that may be true, I'm still kind of disappointed that there's only 3 of your guys left. I kind of expected a couple more of them to have survived this long. I honestly expected at least 5 or 6 to remain standing, but 3, really? They're aside from the that still remain. The Pride Troopers aren't turning out to be anything all that special, but. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much my review of this episode. Great episode again. Just seeing Master Roshi and Vegeta go in, and it did delay the whole whole Vegeta elimination fears at the very least. So we can always take away from that. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, or follow me on Twitter and Facebook. That Night of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.